Stop acting like my body belongs to you. She snapped after I asked why her ex keeps calling, so I packed my bags in silence. Now he's gone, and she's begging me to come home. I never thought those words would be the line that finally cracked me open after everything I'd held together for nearly 7 years. But the moment she said them, her voice sharp, dismissive, dripping with that cold familiarity she used whenever she decided I was beneath whatever fantasy she had swirling inside her head, I felt something shift so hard and so quietly inside me that it almost scared me. Not rage, not heartbreak, something closer to clarity, the kind that doesn't come with fireworks but with the soft, inevitable snap of attention that's been stretched too far for too long. Her name is Emily, and for most of my adult life, I thought she was the person I was meant to build everything with. The home, the marriage, the kids, the traditions, the late-night arguments, the reconciliation hugs, the morning routines where your lives blend so naturally that you don't even remember the boundaries that used to exist. It wasn't like that overnight. We didn't combust. We eroded, slowly, in tiny pieces that didn't look dangerous by themselves. A snide comment here, an unanswered text there, a weekend plan canceled last minute, a subtle shift in how she talked to me around other people, a new friend, a new male coworker, a new guy from the gym, a new ex who somehow remained just a friend. And for years, I did what I think too many people do. I justified, rationalized, and explained away every little thing, telling myself conflict was normal, discomfort was normal, jealousy was toxic, and that if I wanted to be a good partner, I had to be understanding, patient, secure, and above all else, calm. I didn't realize that being calm was slowly turning me into someone who tolerated disrespect under the disguise of maturity. The calls from her ex, Noah, didn't start suddenly. They trickled in, a name I'd seen before on old photos buried deep in her Instagram from college, a chapter she described as immature, wild, and long behind her. But then their texts turned into calls. Calls turned into late-night conversations she took outside so she wouldn't wake me. Late-night conversations turned into inside jokes I wasn't invited into. And still, I waited for her to notice how uncomfortable it made me, because in healthy relationships you shouldn't have to scream to be heard. Except, apparently, sometimes you do. The night everything finally broke wasn't dramatic on its surface. It was a Tuesday. I'd made dinner, her favorite, because I'd hoped it would soften the tension that had been building for weeks. She came home later than usual, smelling faintly of beer and someone else's cologne, laughing at something on her phone, as she kicked her shoes off like she didn't notice the candles, the food, the effort. When her phone lit up with Noah's name for the third time in an hour, I finally said the simplest, weakest, most human thing, "Why is he calling again?" And she turned toward me with that look. God, that look, the one that said I was somehow the unreasonable one for asking a question any partner would ask. "Stop acting like my body belongs to you." She snapped, eyes rolling, voice full of that cold, performative independence her friends online loved to hype up. And something just stopped. Inside me, around me, between us. I didn't yell. I didn't guilt trip. I didn't ask for clarification. I didn't plead. I didn't argue. I simply got up, walked into our bedroom, pulled out my suitcase, and packed. Slowly, silently, thoroughly, like a man who had finally realized the storm he was drowning and wasn't going to pass unless he stepped out of it. She didn't notice at first. She kept scrolling on her phone, muttering something under her breath about controlling men and toxic insecurity. It wasn't until she walked into the bedroom 20 minutes later that she froze, her expression finally breaking. "What are you doing?" she demanded. "Leaving," I said. No anger, no theatrics, just truth. "Don't be dramatic," she snapped. "You always twist things." "I'm not twisting anything," I said as I zipped the suitcase. "I'm choosing peace." She laughed, actually laughed. "You think you're the victim here? God, you're so fragile." But fragility wasn't what I felt. I felt empty, clean, done. I walked past her, past the dinner that had gone cold, past the hallway photos where we looked happier than we ever actually were, past the life I had built around someone who didn't value it, and stepped out the front door without looking back. I stayed with my cousin for the first few days. Silence never felt so loud, but it also never felt so honest. Emily didn't call, Didn't text. Didn't check on me. But I didn't expect her to. People only notice your absence when your presence was serving them. And mine had been serving her far more than I realized. On day 5, I blocked her number. Not out of spite, out of self-preservation. On day 7, her mother called me, confused, worried, asking what was going on because Emily had told her I overreacted to a harmless joke. I told her the truth. She went quiet, whispered, "I'm so sorry," and hung up. For the first time in years, I slept peacefully. No tension. No waiting for the next argument. No quiet resentment under my skin. No feeling like I was investing in a relationship that wasn't investing in me. Then Noah disappeared. Literally vanished from her life. Deleted her. Blocked her. Changed his number. Stopped replying to everything. The rumor, because mutual friends talk, was that Noah had gotten back with his ex. The one he never really got over. Emily spiraled. Hard. Suddenly the independence she weaponized became loneliness. The confidence became fear. The dismissiveness became regret. And suddenly, after weeks of silence, a new number texted me. "Please, I need to talk to you." I didn't respond. She followed it with, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said." Then, "I miss you." Then, "I made a mistake." Then, "He's gone. I need you. Please come home." Home. Funny word. It didn't feel like home when I lived there. It felt like a place where I was tolerated until someone more exciting walked by. Another message popped up. "I never thought you'd actually leave." And that was the real truth, wasn't it? She didn't think I ever would. Most people don't realize a man can be patient without being weak. That a man can be forgiving without being blind. That a man can love deeply and still walk away forever the moment he feels a foundation crack beyond repair. I didn't respond. I didn't unblock her. I didn't return. I didn't give her closure. And I didn't need any from her either. Weeks passed. My life rebuilt itself quietly. I slept better. Ate better. Started running again. Reconnected with friends I hadn't realized I had drifted from because I'd been consumed by maintaining a relationship that was draining me dry. My world expanded without her. Hers shrank without me. Mutual friends said she cried a lot, drank a lot, tried to fill the void with attention online, posted cryptic stories. Remove them. Posted happier ones. Remove those too. She even showed up once at my cousin's building, crying in the lobby, begging for 5 minutes. I asked security not to let her up, not because I hated her, but because boundaries don't mean anything unless you enforce them when it's hardest. The last message she ever sent me was simple. "I thought you loved me enough to fight for us." But love built on disrespect isn't love. It's survival. Love without reciprocity is worship. And I'm done worshiping people who use me as emotional scaffolding while they build ladders for someone else. I read her message once, deleted it, blocked the number. Then I walked outside into the sunlight, feeling something inside me settle in a way it hadn't in years. Peace. Real peace. And I realized something that hurt a little but freed me a lot. I didn't lose her. She lost me. And in the quiet that followed, I found myself again.